metadata analysis as well. So let's identify the usage case. In normal cameras or CCTV cameras, or let's say like handheld cameras, mobile phone cameras, what do? We take picture, and that picture, what it does is it takes the screen, the portion that is in front of it in its visual range. It takes a picture, and the entire data is stored. And in our cameras, let's say like in the smartphones, what is the advancement in our smartphones? The Okay, let's compare. In iPhone, we have 50 megapixel. Let's say like in some Xiaomi phones, we have like Mi phones, we have like 100 megapixel or 200 megapixel and so on. And when you compare the data, the pictures, they both sometimes they both will be the same. How is that possible? When the 50 megapixel, the pixel range is limited in the iPhone, and for a 200 megapixel Mi phone, if it gives the same image data, if it gives the same quality of image data, then what is the thing that is changing here? The thing that is changing here is that the interpretation of the image is being enhanced through AI, and the output that we get is an AI converted image. So the raw image is converted, and then we get an enhanced version of the photo. All right. So in normal cases, the camera that we use are for security purpose. If for security purpose, we have CCTVs on like halls, on some business areas where, and also places where they are. It is prone to have some issues. And so in these places or in public places, we have a lot of cameras which can be useful in case of theft or any other harmful activities to identify the perpetrators. And it is not only useful to identify perpetrators, it is also useful, let's say, in terms of, you might have heard of like wildlife, they take they count the number of endangered species in that particular region, right? So in order to count that, we cannot manually go and point out each individual animal and put a sticker on it and say you're number one, you're number two. That's not possible, right? So what we can do is we can have trackers, we can have like cameras on multiple regions which are activated by motion. So motion activated cameras we can have. So these cameras can be utilized to identify different animals or to find out the particular count of a particular animal in the said jungle area. So we can have different markers that can identify, uh, be unique to a particular animal, and this can be utilized to identify the count of the different type of different animals. And when it comes to image sensors, so what it does is, let's say like let's take a plant. We are going to plant a single sapling. So we need to find out. So we are given with all the resources that we have. So when the plant is going on, what are the possible problems that we might face? We might not water it properly. Because of that, it can start to wilt, or there can be some insect attacks or disease attacks, which can cause the plant's growth to be shunted, uh, or even it can be fatal for the plant as well. So to identify these, you can have a camera or some imaging sensing setup. So each pixel can be the data from the pixel can be analyzed, and it can be compared with, let's say like in machine learning, what we can do is we can feed the machine learning algorithm with multiple pictures of the different types of diseases and harmful things that can happen to a plant, like loss of, less amount of water, too much sunshine, and we can fill all of these and give it certain labels. So based on that, it can identify what is happening to our plant. So if we can identify what is happening to our plant, maybe we can research on what can be done to fix that. In terms of manufacturing, it can be used to for identifying the metadata on workers, timings, efficiency, and such. And also, it can be used to identify if any machine is on the path to failure. So we can identify the faults earlier, or the path earlier, fault towards the I mean, path towards a failure. We can identify it earlier, and then we can have maintenance much before it starts to wear and tear. So this way, the entire manufacturing setups will encounter much less issues. And then the next sense that we're going to discuss is hearing. So hearing, the sensor that we use is the human ear. So the basic idea behind hearing is uh, sound that